Good afternoon, LEC community, or good evening, depending on when you're watching us. We are here again with All About You, People, Programs, and Possibilities education series. So, this is our series where we talk to our higher ed partner and institutions in the past, and then there's other ones that you can also check out on the playlist. We've talked to Ottawa University, Missouri University in Columbia, and today I am joined by Danielle Wilson, who represents the University of Missouri here in Kansas City. Danielle, how are you?
I am doing well today. Thanks for
Mhm.
asking.
Yes, a little bit ago we talked about the weather, how wonderful it is that it's hot.
Yes, yes, it is starting to warm up here in Kansas City, which is great.
Yes, yes. So today we are going to chat about UMKC right here in the heart of Kansas City, Kansas
Yes,
City's university.
yes.
So, yeah, every university has a unique mission when it comes to preparing future educators. What is the university's, UMKC's approach in shaping the next generation of teachers?
Yeah, thank you so much. So our approach really is to take kind of advantage and to celebrate where we're located and the connections that we have. So we are located in a city which is an urban center. So that our main focus really is urban education and what does that look like to be educated within an urban education setting. So we partner a lot with the districts around us. We try to pour back into our city as much as we believe our city gives our program and our students. We also like to pour back into the city through our partnerships as well. And really, the belief around that is that if you are educated in some of the most diverse areas, then you're really going to be prepared to teach anywhere that you want to go. And it's going to give you the most exposure across different student populations, different things that are faced in the K through 12 system, and give you a lot more experience across the varying levels of diversity that we see across our city.
Yeah. No, thank you. Certainly, we are in a unique part of the
Yes.
state, especially because we have our public schools, our charter schools, the different makeup of how students are educated here in Kansas City. So I'm sure UMKC touches point and then talks, yeah, with
Yeah.
teachers, the different opportunities.
Yeah. And really for us, the unique thing, yeah, about our location is that unless you're looking to go to St. Louis, really Kansas City is the only other city until you like large urban city until you go down to Texas or all the way up to Chicago. So
Mhm.
it's really exciting. And especially for us, even if we're working on both sides of the state line, we get to offer in-state tuition for Kansas and Missouri residents, and then we have some lower tuition rates for kind of a Midwest rate, and then some other partnerships that we can work with across the state. So that's really exciting about our location and the even the financial benefits of our location as well.
No, I'm glad that you mentioned that there's opportunities in for Kansas residents and also Missouri residents uh,
Yes.
at UMKC. Something unique that I was able when I was part of the team is that
Yeah.
students go out in the city
Yes.
volunteering or sporting events. There's also Rules at the K or some
Yes.
new. Uh-huh.
So we partner, I mean, obviously with our education program specifically, we partner with the K through 12 systems for our practicum and student teaching, but then we also partner across Kansas City for volunteer opportunities, specific within our academic unit. But then if you're looking across just kind of the lifespan or the student experience at UMKC, there are so many benefits and partnerships to living in a city, such as like job accessibility, and then other volunteer opportunities, and then of course that entertainment aspect of living in a city, which is great that Kansas City has to offer that, and we have so much partnerships from UMKC to other places as well.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the flexible programs that you may have? We intend this to talk to our upcoming and future educators,
Yeah.
but there may be also educators that are in the field and they might want to further education. So yeah, flexible programs and then anything, any supports for first generation students.
Yeah, so I will talk about a little bit about our programs in general. So our programs are a little unique at UMKC. So we offer an undergraduate in elementary education, special education, and early childhood education. So an undergraduate degree or a bachelor's degree is just a typical 4-year degree where you attend 4 years, and then you come out with your certification in those different areas. And then we also offer a unique 4+1 package for our middle school and high school certifications, as well as our English, Spanish. French, German, and art partnerships as well. So that's where you complete your bachelor's in your content area. So let's just take middle school math, for example, and you complete that in your content area. So you'll do your undergraduate in math, and then you'll just have one additional year to complete your master's program, and that is your certification portion. The big positive around that, especially if you're planning to go back to teach in urban schools, is very few urban schools actually have teachers that are educated within their content area. So that goes really far in the classroom as far as how you can support and help your students. But it also, the great thing is you come into the degree program, or I mean, you come into your professional career with having a master's degree, which usually means about $5,000 to $10,000 more per school year of pay for you as a teacher, which is huge and really adds up over the lifetime of your career. And then you talked about, what was the other half of that?
Well, I guess I can go into the other question about mentoring programs. Is
Yeah.
there any supports for first generation students or
Yeah.
any other mentoring programs that you may have?
Yeah, so at UMKC, we have a whole first generation RUSE office, and they're actually nationally recognized. I think we're above 50% first generation college students here at UMKC, so University of Missouri, Kansas City. So it is a really big part of our community and a big support system that we offer for our students, regardless of their major. I will say, on top of that, for our education specific majors, we do have career coaches as well as some teacher specific mentors. And then I really don't want to wait too long before I mention the Institute for Urban Education. So that is a special scholarship program for those who are wanting to stay in the area and teach at an urban school. So teach in one of our partner schools, and it offers between $5,000 and $15,000 per academic year, and then up to $20,000 during your master's program. So if you end up doing that 4+1, there is additional scholarship for that. But the big thing, obviously, the scholarship is huge. Anytime we can keep a teacher from accumulating any debt when they're in their undergrad or master's program is a big plus. But on top of that, we do have extra mentorship and supports as you're going through the program. So while you're completing your education, and then they offer mentorship and additional training for the first 2 years after you graduate as well. And so continued support, which is huge, so that you're not just going into the classroom all by yourself or just with the mentors that they're providing within the district. You still have mentors who are completely separate that are contracted through the Institute for Urban Education, which is huge.
We
Yeah.
have a comment from our audience
Hey,
from the video.
hey.
The one and only Danielle. She's a gem in well, it's a new name, right, for the school.
Yeah, school education, social, so C-sweeps for short, but
Okay, Mr. Ivan in your back moderating this combo. He knows I love higher ed. So
yes. That's
is there
great.
any agreements with MCC? Because that was my next question, and he
Yeah.
reminded me. Like, can students start at a community college, and what
Yeah.
perks are there?
Yeah, so I really love our local community colleges. So and we do have like some direct partnerships with MCC and JCCC.
Mhm.
And we do work with all community colleges, even if you've attended somewhere else across the US. But we kind of have a general program guideline where you can complete your associates at either one of those two system. So either JCCC or MCC if you're local. You complete your first 2 years here, and then you complete your final 2 years at UMKC. So we really do encourage that you do get connected very quickly, either with our program directly so that we can advise you while you're at MCC, or work with you for your advising, or with your advisor at one of the community colleges. And they will talk with you about what's the best program and best fit for you at the community college. If you want to do, like what I said, 2 years at the community college, 2 years at UMKC. And that does work if you're trying to do that 4+1. It will just look a little differently. You do 2 years at the community college, 2 years at UMKC in the undergraduate, and then one final year at the master's. So it's still that 5-year timeline.
Yeah. Okay. No, thank you for sharing that, and also thank you, Nabil, for tuning in. Anything else that we have not touched on, and how can people get in touch with you? I imagine that you will be the point person for any upcoming.
Yep. So I would be the main person that you can contact. You can kind of reach out. I think via email is usually the easiest. So My email is just drwilson, WILSON @umkc.edu. And then if you're just kind of looking through our general UMKC website, if you always do UMKC visit, I always like to Google that. I think that's the easiest way. You can kind of get to my platform just to set up a one-on-one visit if you prefer to do it virtually through our general UMKC website. If not, please just reach out to me directly. There's nothing wrong with that. And then overall things I would love to share about our program is just we have a lot of really dedicated teachers who are committed to diversity and social justice, as well as the urban education field that we serve. We do a lot to support our teachers. And then I do think we offer a very unique experience being in Kansas City. Again, it's one of the few schools that is in a city, does partner directly with our urban schools. And I think those partnerships are really important to us. And we do take, again, you're going to come out of our program knowing everything you need to know about being a teacher. You're going to know how to lesson plan. You're going to know about classroom management. But our hope is really that you come out seeing the student as an individual and as a whole person, and knowing how to advocate and interact with that student, understanding their intersecting ideas. And so we really do place a heavy emphasis on that classroom management, and not being punitive towards students, but what does it look like to restore students to the classroom, as well as how can you as a staff member, as a teacher, and even hopefully you go on to be administration or stay close to the K through 12 system, how can you transform those systems and make them better for the students? How can you advocate for yourself as well? We all know teachers need higher pay. We will continue to advocate for that. But then our goal is also to encourage you and to reinforce your sense of advocacy through your education here at UMKC, and how you can really transform a whole system. Regardless of what district you're on, there's always places for advocacy, and where districts can expand how they encounter their students, how they support their students and their families, and how they show up better for their students in the classroom. And so that's really, I would say, kind of the backbone of our program, and what makes us a little bit unique is kind of our philosophical approach to teaching and what that looks like.
Thank you for sharing. Final answer. For those, we have a lot of people that might be unsure, that are watching us on becoming a teacher, an educator. Do you have any words of encouragement for them?
Yeah, so I think I do agree. Not agree, I guess, but I imagine some of the fear around it is that teaching is a hard profession. And I would agree, it is a hard profession, but it is a profession that is deeply meaningful at the same time. And so if you're thinking about becoming a teacher, I would encourage you to get in the classroom. Any school district, or just take an intro course, something like that. Any school district is always looking for volunteers. Sign up, find a way to get into the classroom, be a volunteer, and you'll know if that's something that is the right fit for you, and if you have a passion for it. And if you do, then there's probably not going to be anything that's going to become close to be as remotely as fulfilling as being in the classroom and really getting to interact with that age group that you find impactful, and getting to connect with them. Because like I said before, I do think teachers have the capacity to change our society, because they're interacting with students and families across the board. And the impact that you really do have on a day-to-day basis is unlike very few other professions. So I would encourage you to do it, or at least get into a classroom and check it out and and you'll know if it's the right fit for you. And then after that, just kind of pursue it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah.
UMKC has been a great partner to us, especially on our Futuro program. We have a program, and our goal is to increase representation in Kansas City's classroom, especially for the Futuro program.
Yes.
And we have welcomed 2 cohorts, and the majority of them have come from the IUE, fully like you have explained today.
Yes.
But no, I want to thank you. If there's anybody out there looking to get into education, be sure to contact Danielle and explore UMKC. That can be one of your options. And also reach out to us to learn more about our Futuro program, so we can also be be in your corner and support you. Thank you, Danielle. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.